It is high noon on October 12, 2010, and the Tuesday edition of the Daily Journal is upon the streets. Mike Fry here with Colleen Loggins, and Colleen, guess who is no longer upon the streets currently? That would be the cat, Mr. Squiggles. After 13 months, Mr. Squiggles has returned home. Everybody around here knows about this story, and everybody would include you, wouldn't it?
I do know about this story. This is actually the family who lost their cat in September of 2009, and they kept putting an ad in our paper almost daily to get kind of, information about him. He's returned.
I think they even consulted a cat psychic, and he put posters out there, the Schneiders of Limestone, and now Mr. Squiggles is back. So it's a real feel-good story, a happy ending story, and you can find it on page A1 today. Also on A1, Colleen, the calendar says the election day is November 2, but starting today, you can take part in early voting. You can vote today if you want through October 26th. So go to your respective county clerk's office if you choose to do that. Big change from previous years.
It's true. I think one of the best things about the early voting is that now you don't actually have to have a reason for why you're voting early. You can just vote early if you want. So.
Not the first time it happens. Kankakee County Circuit Clerk Bruce Clark said about 10% of those who voted in 2008 did so through early voting, and they expect the number only to rise. I don't think I'm going to do it, though, because frankly, I'm not sure who I'm going to vote for in certain races right now.
Well, that's why you need to wait for our election guide, which is coming out a few days before the election, and it'll let you know, kind of the sum of the candidates and all the issues.
October 30, to be exact, on that election guide. Speaking of October, we had a nice string of October weather here, a bunch of beautiful days. I think it's going to continue a little longer, but what I think, Dennis Yonka knows. So let's go to Dennis for the weather.
Hi, this is Dennis Yonka, the writer and columnist, and today I'm in the advertising department, but I'm also a weatherman, so let me first say that this is about the end of our really warm weather. Today's high is going to be 83, and the AccuWeather people tell me the low is 56, and then we're headed down some more. Tomorrow's high will be 70 with a low of 42, and by Thursday the high will only get up to 66 with a low of 44. But you're wondering, what am I doing in advertising sitting here next to Paul Lau, who's designing, what is this, Paul?
I'm working on the chiropractic care page. It's a group page that's going to be appearing in today's Daily Journal, and it's featuring some of the local chiropractors that are in the area.
Okay. Well, maybe you need an adjustment. Check this out, and maybe I need an adjustment, and I'll go back to the newsroom.
Colleen, we are back, and in our live section today, there's a mention of the popular Fox television program Glee, which I guess is on tonight. This particular story has to do with a little bit of debate they're having with a band called the Gorillas. I don't know much about Glee. I really don't know much about the Gorillas either, but they have a real cool song called Clint Eastwood, and it has nothing to do with Clint Eastwood. But you know all about Glee, and we'll be watching it tonight. Fill me and the rest of the news at Nooners in.
Okay, well, the show is actually on Fox tonight at 7, and it's the type of show, it follows a high school glee club and their mentor and their arch nemesis, Sue Sylvester, and how she kind of tries to destroy the glee club and get them to stop competing. But they cover popular songs, and they cover artists from Aerosmith to Madonna to Britney Spears, and they even recently did a bunch of Christian songs, so they cover a lot.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, one night I heard Aerosmith out front. I was in the back of the house, and I rushed out there thinking, oh, maybe they have an Aerosmith special on TV. It was Cindy watching Glee.
It was Neil Patrick Harris and Matt Morrison doing their version of Dream On, which was fantastic, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, I'll admit. So I've actually watched maybe 1 minute of Glee so far. We'll see what tonight brings, okay? That'll do it for the news at noon today. You can subscribe to the Daily Journal by calling 815-937-3322. You can also pick it up at the newsstands. And so until tomorrow,
stay informed and watch Glee tonight.
In a bag of useless, but not for long, the future is coming.